Okay, so hi guys. Another day brings us another video. I'm Zella Keep, and as you know, I do advice videos. I've only done a couple though. I've only done like one or two. I've only done like one. But anyway, I thought I would take a little break, and I have recently my class has done a project where you write a book and then you publish it and you get it published, and I'm gonna be covering up, and if you see me covering up some stuff, that's just because it has some personal information that I don't really want to reveal. So my book is called The Tiny. See? If you can read backwards, The Tiny. And written by Zella Keep. And that's not my real name, but I don't want to share that kind of information. I'm really sorry. I trust some of you guys, but some of you guys out there my mom says you might want to try to steal my identity. But great. I'm trying to cover this up. Alright. The Tiny. It's my title page. And that is a photo. That's my 5th grade class picture. And yes, I really do have glasses, but for my videos, I usually don't wear them. Because I'm at home, and that's when I usually, take them off. Oh, you can see my real name. Oh, there's a K. Oh, God. Okay. It's my real name. Okay. Yep. Okay, so The Tiny. Dedicated to my teacher and my mom. I put their real names in here, but I'm not going to say it. Okay. And remember, these were children's books. They were not adult fiction. These were children's books, so this might be a little lame. Once upon a time was a tale within a rhyme about a horror that lurked and made people jerk. They called themselves Frighter's, and they felt like biters because they scared the wits out of you. But that's not all. There is still hope among the people. For there is a hero to this tale, a hero so small, a hero you wouldn't imagine. And that's a picture of a Frighter. Okay. For her name was Penny, and she was 6 inches tall. She was a little person, the tiniest of them all. She had wavy chocolate brown hair, light skin, shining brown eyes, and a lightly freckled face. She was so fair. This is her tale of how she saved the kingdom of fantasy and got rid of the Frighters. Now come, my friend, let us enter the story, but beware of the dangers among us. This is a picture of Penny. Okay, wait. Make sure you guys can see it. Oh, okay. Alright. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Penny. She was a Tiny. A Tiny is a small but fierce being. She lived in the tiny village with her family in the kingdom of fantasy. It was a joyful and beautiful kingdom, and everyone was so peaceful. But alas, a new evil invaded fantasy. It was a group of demons called the Frighters. Their favorite thing to do was try different ways of scaring people. They went around the kingdom scaring everyone and everything. Everyone was too scared by them to stand up to them, but Penny was very brave. One day, she was skipping through the forest to pick some wildflowers. She kept skipping and picking until she saw a patch of vicious Japanese mushrooms. Oh no, she thought, the Japanese mushrooms must guard the Frighters. And sure enough, a person with pointy ears and a little horn stepped out of the shadows. He roared at her. Penny scrambled out of the forest and sprinted towards her village. When she got there, she ran into her cottage. "Oh, Papa," Penny cried. "What's the matter, honey?" Penny's father asked. "I stumbled into a Frighter in the forest," she exclaimed. "That's it. I've had it with those Frighters." Here's a picture. The forest, the Frighter, and the Japanese mushrooms, and Penny, and the Frighter, and the forest. I'm going to end this once and for all, Penny shouted. She stormed out of the house. She had to find out how to get rid of the Frighters. So Penny went out to find the tiny elder. He lived in a tent at the end of the village. She entered the tent. The elder was seated on piles of cushions in a meditation pose. Come, sit, the elder said. Penny sat down across from the elder. I want to know how to get rid of the Frighters, Penny blurted out. Patience, child, the elder whispered. The only way to get rid of the Frighters is to take a long journey to a cave in the mountains to the thing the Frighters hate the most. You must journey long and far into the mountain cave to release it, he said. Penny couldn't wait to start. She headed home, packed food, water, and clothes, and said goodbye to her parents. She started her journey. Penny hiked through the forest, cautiously passing a couple patches of vicious Japanese mushrooms. They sneered and bared their fangs at her. She passed some herds of unicorns, trekked through a gnome village, and said hello to the pixies. She decided to stop for the night and get some rest. She had some dinner, then settled down for the night. The next morning she awoke to the chirping of birds and the light sound of flap flap of dragons' wings. There's Penny on her journey. There's the sky, the sun setting, sort of, if you can see it. And she's hiking through the forest. Alright. She rose, packed up, and kept walking. Suddenly, a huge figure jumped out of the brush and tried to pounce on her. The figure rose up. It had pointed fangs, curly black hair, sharp claws, and slits for eyes. It hissed at Penny. A Frighter! She jumped out of the way, kicked the Frighter in the shins, and ran off. It howled in pain. Penny kept dashing through the forest until she came across a waterfall. The water was a sparkling blue, and the fish were all different colors. Penny decided to take a break in the cool water. The water pixies made fresh waves so she can swim through them. She took a drink, dried off, then headed toward the stream. The stream wove down all the way into a valley. The valley led to an enormous mountain, and in the mountain was a hole, a cave. Penny was so relieved. She bolted to the mountain. At the bottom, Penny took out a rope. She flung it up, and it caught onto a rock. Penny gripped the rope tightly and climbed up the mountain. When she got to the mouth of the cave, she swung into it. The cave was so dark and eerie. In the middle of it stood a rock shaped like a table. This was it, Penny thought. Once I get to that rock, the Frighters will be gone. No more being scared to go out and see the world. Here is another picture. As you can see, Penny is climbing up the mountain. You can see the rock with the rope leading down to Penny. And then the forest down here. And then the river. And then the river down there. And then she's climbing up the mountain. And then back there is the mountain range. Okay. She stepped toward the rock, but at the same moment, about 10 Frighters stepped out. Not so fast, one said. You're not going anywhere, another said. They all tried to grab her, but she dodged them all. She kicked 3 of them. Penny ran between 2 so they would run into each other. Then she almost got grabbed by 1, but she ran out of the way so the Frighter ran into the wall. The remaining 4 lunged at her, but she ran between them. Then an idea hit her. She had distracted them. Penny ran to the rock table and found a box. A small box. That was it. The thing that the most cruel, hated, and evil thing the Frighters most hated would drive them away forever was inside a box the size of a juice box. She was devastated. This would never work. But all of a sudden, the box started shining. Penny was overcome with a feeling that she had to open it. She grabbed the box and swung it open. Light poured out of the box. It exploded. The Frighters backed away slowly. Penny suddenly remembered all the happiness and love that she got from her family, friends, and even the kingdom. She felt as happy as she'd ever been. She was fearless. All of a sudden, it dawned on her. The Frighters were filled with coldness and hatred. There are the Frighter's, and the mouth of the cave is way back there. And then the Frighter's, and there's Penny. Really tiny. Okay. The opposite of cold, hate, and evil was happiness and love. That box was filled with happiness and love. The Frighter's ran out of the cave screaming. The forest was overrun with dark shadows. They ran out of the kingdom, out of the land. Penny was wowed. Love and happiness had saved the kingdom. She did it. No more fear, no more Frighter's, and no more hiding. The kingdom was restored to its peace. Penny was so happy she scrambled down the rope and ran all the way home. It got dark out, and she was getting tired. She stopped, slept for the night, and at the crack of dawn, she was up and running again. When she got home, the tiny village rejoiced, and so did the kingdom. They were free, thanks to Penny. Even though she was the smallest of them all, she could do big things. Here she is, opening the box, and there's all the love and happiness and light pouring out. The end. So, I hope you like my book. Please subscribe to my channel. Check back every week. I will hopefully have a video posted every week. If not, then check back every so often. Please subscribe, like this video. Thank you. Bye!